Hello everyone, this is Danor,
And I'm Shadows or Hudson.
and this is the second episode of Quick Topic Wednesday, where me and Shadows and maybe someone else will be covering a topic in 5 or 6 minutes. So remember, if you don't have enough time to watch one of our podcasts, you can always just watch these.
Yeah, so pretty much we're just going to be talking about the Age of Ultron 2 trailer. But this is extended because we already talked about the Age of Ultron trailer, which was in our podcast 1. So if you don't know, there'll be a link in the description to that. And there should be a link on screen now. So
Yeah, pretty much they released this official extended trailer a few days ago, and I believe 3 days ago or something, and it just shows it's not much. It shows a few extra scenes. It's interesting. You see
you
some
see
new
the first
stuff.
news thing that they added was at 23 seconds of the video around there. You
Yeah, you
have
see
the extra
the
scene where they come to the
Yeah,
walls.
you see the extra. I think they're Iron Man suits or something, like
Yeah,
reprogrammed Iron Man
they're
suits.
kind of like that.
Yeah,
So they
and
have that was new.
they showed the
Not
city sort of
yeah,
collapsing a
it's
bit.
pretty cool. They show a bit more of the city, and then they have kind of like the same type of thing. Um, so what do you think about that at the beginning so
Um,
far?
so far, it seems an interesting trailer. It shows it shows the Hulk, sort of not being able to deal with his emotions, sort of. He's Hulk or
Hmm?
Bruce Banner. He's sort of sitting down there, sort of trembling a bit. You could tell he's sort of conflicted about what's going on. Um, but yeah, it's definitely interesting. And there's not really much new to it. So, but there are some cool new scenes. You see Bruce Banner in the wilderness. And but that's not really new. But
And
you
then they
do
also
again see the
they
scene.
added another scene at 46 seconds or so, where it looks like they have a Samsung like data pad or iPad or
Yeah, yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
and it
Yeah,
looks
you
like they
see
found
the
Loki's
Loki
staff.
staff. Yeah, that's something new they added as well. They also show I believe that's Scarlet Witch at 1 minute and 33 seconds crying. I'm not sure if that was in the original, but
Yeah,
just
that was in the
something added.
original. That was
Yeah.
in the original. And
But
then And then they also have the staircase scene in 56 seconds, and then you see Hawkeye, who's standing on top of a building, looking
mhm.
over.
Yeah.
That's just a new added scene, in case you didn't see that. So,
Mhm.
pretty much have the same thing where Captain America just kicks down the door as usual, and the same like action and stuff. So,
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. They didn't really show much of this trailer. Again, like I explained in our first episode of the podcast, it's good they don't show too much. Um,
mhm.
it does show a little bit more of Hulk's destruction, though. He's sort of running through the city, and again, it shows the foreshadowing of Captain America's broken shield, sort of foreshadowing that he's not gonna die because he's gonna be in Civil War, but that he is going to be in trouble. He might be close to death and something, and then it goes back to the May 2015 logo. Um,
Yes, they also added at what timing? Hold on. Yeah, so they didn't really add much. You just saw they added like two new scenes at the beginning. Then they added the scene at 1 minute and 50 seconds where you see the gates get blown open, and
yeah,
then you see Iron Man flying through the air,
yeah. I wonder
shooting
what
people.
mark of suit it looks similar to the Mark 42.
Yeah, it does.
It looks quite similar, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, let's be honest. In Iron Man 3, the Mark 42 was useless. It was literally it broke faster than cheap cosplay. I kid you not. Like, remember that one scene in Iron Man 3 when Iron Man hit a truck and it
Mhm.
exploded? But
So yeah,
when
but I think because in Iron Man 3, remember the kid who was with him said that it'd be cool if you put light reflection panels making him going invisible.
yeah,
That would be pretty cool if he had that on his suit. That would be really
yeah,
neat, I'd
exactly.
say. So,
I hope
um,
it's not like the Mark 42 because let's be honest, in the Avengers, remember when the scene where Iron Man went up against Thor, like Thor's hammer hit him and he,
mhm,
his armor didn't break into 50 million pieces.
mhm.
But then, in the Iron Man 3, he gets hit by a truck and then hey, there you go. The suit breaks down. So, I'm
Yeah.
hoping it's more of a durable suit and not just like a
Well,
comical
because it
like
was a prototype, so
yeah,
he
I mean,
did
it was a
say
prototype but
it,
still like I mean, you would
it's
have
a pretty
expected
crap prototype.
it was like, let's be honest, if your Iron Man suit breaks when it gets hit by a car, let's just say it's going like 80 kilometers an hour, there's not something, it's not
You
100%
don't want to
good.
be like propelled out of the suit as it
hmm
breaks on you. And then they
And
also added a scene at 2 minutes where you see Captain America jump over a car and then a whole bunch of cars rolling,
yeah,
followed by you see Quicksilver run,
yeah,
and then in the
you
mall.
see him running. You could sort of see his outline showing that he's a very fast character. His speed is shouldn't be underestimated. And yeah, so a lot of new stuff, a lot of interesting stuff. I mean, sorry, not much new stuff, but enough for a new trailer. It definitely starts getting you more interested in it, and yeah. So that's pretty much it for the Age of Ultron trailer.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for the Age of Ultron trailer. So yeah, there's not really much more. If you have any other questions
Or
before you
comments.
ask them, just look into our podcast, because our first podcast we cover everything on the Avengers,
Yeah,
all the
exactly.
lineups,
Yeah, we
Phase
cover the
3
lineup.
lineup and everything. So
We also
if you have any
cover
questions, go to that video, and then if you still have questions, just
post them in the
ask us a
comments, or
comment, and
send
then
us an email at teamargonpodcast@gmail.com.
that'll be in the
And
description too.
yeah,
So,
exactly. And remember,
yeah.
leave a comment or question, and we will answer it in a video. And keep that in mind, we'll answer it probably in a podcast. But if you have a topic for the quick topics, just leave in the comments. We'll look into it. And
Just see them either in the comics or send us by email, and we'll be glad to do those topics.
yeah, exactly.
And anyway, this is Shadows,
And I'm Danor.
and
this
this
was,
is Quick Topic Wednesdays.
Exactly. So see you next week. Bye.
Alright.